Hi guys, this is my fourth video on spacetime diagrams for IBHL physics, and this video is going to be about time contraction. Now, this video is going to be kind of shorter than other videos, and it's going to be less packed with, trying to make you understand the physics concepts, because honestly, from here on, I don't really understand that well either. My advice for practicing time dilation and time contraction on spacetime diagrams, and generally speaking spacetime diagrams in general, you just have to grind a lot of questions and just get I don't want to say memorize, because I really hate telling people to memorize in physics, because you got to understand. But for spacetime diagram, you sort of have to just get really familiar with the questions and kind of drill in and memorize how to do what kind of questions, and hopefully this video on time dilation is going to facilitate that process. Okay, so for finding, there's two, depending on what the question asks you, there's two different ways of solving time dilation questions. For example, there's two types of questions about this. The first question is, they give you, t prime is given, and question asks you, what is t then? Or t is given, and the question asks you, what is t prime? And t prime, once again, t is just the time from the stationary reference frame's point of view, and t primed is the time from the moving reference frame's point of view. And the question number one and question number two, you have very different approaches of solving it, so pay attention. So for number one, let's say a question asks you, let's try to solve this example question. T prime equals 2. What's t? And so how we do it is we find t prime equals 2 right here. I'm using t prime and ct prime interchangeably because, both mean time, and c is just a scaling factor. And you're gonna draw a horizontal line, extend it to the ct axis. That's about, 2.3? So you answer, and t prime equals 2, t equals 2.3. That's how you do that first type of question when you're converting t prime into t. Keep in mind. And for the second question, I'm gonna do it in a red pen. Actually, I think do it in green pen is easier. Green pen. Let's say the question says t equals 2. What's t prime? Now, what you do for this question is you find t equals 2. ct equals 2 here, and you tilt your ruler so it's the same angle as the x prime axis, and you translate your ruler. Draw a dashed line connecting t equals 2 and the ct primed axes. You get here. That's about 2.3, so t primed equals 2.3. And you say, then t primed equals 2.3. And that aligns with our time dilation equation, where t equals gamma times t0, where this is proper length. So we expect that the time measured in a different reference frame will be greater than the time measured in that specific reference frame. So t converted from t prime will be greater than t prime, and t prime being that's converted from t will be greater than t. Do you know what I mean? Okay, that seemed a bit unclear, but anyways, remember, when you're converting t into t prime, slanted line. When you're converting t prime to t, use a straight line. And that's it for time dilation.